High Commissioner of New Zealand, Your Excellency Dr. Trevor Madison, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, I am pleased to join you all for the reception this evening to mark the celebration of Aotearoa New Zealand's National Day on this 183rd anniversary of the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi. I am pleased to extend to the government and the people of Aotearoa New Zealand, on behalf of the government and the people of Samoa, our warmest congratulations on reaching this landmark. The Tiriti o Waitangi has withstood the test of time, the challenges of criticism as to its values, and the breaches of it that have added to the sanctity of the compact through reconciliations. This evening, we are joining the celebrations that took place earlier today at Waitangi in the Bay of Islands and the many other staged events around New Zealand and other parts of the world. We are happy to be part of this special occasion for all New Zealanders who remember Waitangi Day as a point in time to reflect on a past that is rich in culture and traditions, shared relations and responsibilities for enduring peace, democracy, and prosperity for its people. Samoa and Aotearoa New Zealand celebrated last year the 60th anniversary of the Treaty of Friendship, the cornerstone of our close bilateral relations as warma mai, or lifelong friends. The highlights of the celebrations including the exchange of high-level visits demonstrating the strengthening of people-to-people links and connections between our two countries. The relationship between our two countries is characterized by mutual respect and equal partnership for the benefit of our two countries and people. And as we say, wa tāwai liu e tasi. Yet, it is a reality that there is still be unmet expectations. Samoa has sizable ethnic population in New Zealand. From the earliest migrations to the land of the long white cloud, as well as those selected under the quota scheme. The majority have assimilated well and are contributing meaningfully to the growing multi-ethnicity and diverse community of Aotearoa New Zealand. Interspersed in this growing diaspora are a few who have not adapted well and eventually come back as returnees. This afternoon, we had witnessed some 14 people that were granted New Zealand citizenship in an earlier ceremony as part of your commemorations. The relations between our two countries continue through regular dialogue and meaningful cooperation in areas of health, education, environment, tourism development, sports, employment, and security. We continue to work in strategic partnership to address Samoa's aspirations and priorities as outlined in the pathway for the development of Samoa, as well as the statement of partnership signed in 2019. Through enduring partnerships, we were able to fight the COVID pandemic, achieve commendable vaccination rates, and put in place measures to ensure our borders were safe and that we were assisted to build back better towards a gradual recovery. Despite our start stance on the seasonal workers program, our appreciations of the mutual benefit of the scheme remains. We need to pause from time to time to recalibrate the alignment and effectiveness of our response on the scarce resources we have. And for Samoans, the most valuable resource we have, our people. We look forward to the continuation of the excellent bilateral relations and partnership between Samoa and New Zealand for the betterment of our two countries and peoples. We will continue to dialogue as warma mai and as lifelong friends. Before closing, I would like to convey a warm welcome to your new Deputy High Commissioner, Ms. Lavea Ioane, and her family, and likewise Mr. Matthew Scadden and family. I wish you and your families an enjoyable stay in Samoa. Similarly, I would also like to wish your departing staff, Ms. Ella Risati, and her family a safe trip back home to New Zealand en route to a new post in the region. I wish you well in your future endeavors. Might I add that the increasing placement of postal staff of Samoan ethnicity in Apia greatly facilitates a strengthened relationship. E sanga lango papale ai pea lo tātou va'a. Ladies and gentlemen, I respectfully now invite you all to join me in proposing a toast. Please fill your glasses to the fullest and be upstanding if you're sitting down. And raise your glass high to the success and prosperity of the government and the people of Aotearoa, New Zealand. To lifelong friends, happy Waitangi Day, Ia manuia. Thank you.
Malo sa no ina fionga le suita ita yo le malo. Wolongo fatutuila le fafonga le mamalu wa Apia. Famanuia le atuia utiute mafaiva lo fi au. Awale tautuina o Samoa mauna tangata. Thank you, Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, for your address this evening. Te wala awa tumari whaalo alo, tātou tutu lai, mo le langi ina o le viurtanga vai o New Zealand.
Kia excuse me. Kia hia kiwa ra, kia hiwa wa. Kia hiwa ra ki tenei tuku, kia hiwa ra ki te ra tuku. Kia tū, kia aho, kia mataara, tēnei Māori ora. Raurangatira mā e hui e nei ki te whare komahana o le tawa. Nao mai, haere mai, te whakanui I te rā o te tiriti o Waitangi. Distinguished guests gathered here at the High Commissioner's residence in Le Tawa, welcome to these revelries to mark the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi. Tolofa lava, manui lafi afi, ahi ahi pai. I pay tribute to our ancestors and to those who are unable to be with us this evening. I acknowledge the Reverend Siaosi Salasulu for reminding us of the power and the glory of the Word of God. I specifically acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Head of State and your esteemed lady, and the Deputy Prime Minister and your good lady. I recognise honourable members of Cabinet, the honourable members of Parliament, past and present, members of the Judiciary, the former Head of State and former Prime Minister, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Consular Corps, senior public servants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honour to be with you this Monday evening as we come together to celebrate the 183rd anniversary of Waitangi Day, the National Day of Aotearoa, New Zealand. You have just heard staff sing the Waiata Te Iwi E, which is a call to local iwi or tribes to unite and stand together. Earlier today, people of all communities and backgrounds did just that. They assembled on the hallowed grounds of Waitangi in the Bay of Islands and around the nation to recall the signing of our founding document, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, the Treaty of Waitangi, on 6th of February 1840. The treaty is the common thread that runs through our nation's past, present and future. As a sacred compact between Māori Rangatira and the British Crown, the treaty established the framework for the government and settlement of Aotearoa. Both Māori and Pākehā had reasons for signing and for committing to a shared relationship together. For many, it was about hope for a better future and enduring peace, stability, prosperity, equality, along with shared power and joint responsibilities. As we know, the ink had barely dried on the parchment before there were misunderstandings and disagreements as to what, in effect, the treaty meant. It was considered by some to be a relic, an irrelevance, a nullity, and a point of division, not unity, in many subsequent years. 183 years on from 1840, we continue to debate the treaty and its promise of a sacred compact. However, we do so as a nation that recognises its fundamental and central importance. Waitangi Day invites us to reflect about how we came to be at this place and point in time as a nation, best expressed in the Maori whakatauki or proverb, Te tiro whakamuri, haere whakamua. Look back and reflect so you can move forward with dignity. In recent years, successive governments have made explicit and constructive efforts to address the iniquities of the past and to compensate for treaty breaches by the Crown. That reconciliation process continues apace. I have no doubt that debates will continue. Nevertheless, the spirit of that original sacred compact, a new way of two peoples living together in harmony and equality, remains integral to Aotearoa, New Zealand, and to the nature and the texture of our nation, and to our enduring democracy. As the treaty has brought us together as a nation, we are governed by a democratic administration that we have freely elected together, regardless of race, creed, ethnicity, gender, religion, or sexual orientation. Moreover, It is together that we acknowledge our reigning head of state, His Majesty Charles III, as the King of Aotearoa, New Zealand. As inhabitants of the land of the long white cloud, tangata Fuanua, or people of the treaty, tangata Tiriti, we have continued to develop our own distinctive national character, whether it is in sport, business, agriculture, the arts, science, and the creative industries, or international fora such as peacekeeping. New Zealanders, Kiwis, have repeatedly shown their talent, tenacity, flair, and commitment. At this point of proceedings, I want to congratulate a special group of new Kiwis. Just before this reception, as the Reverend just mentioned, we held a Waitangi Day citizenship ceremony for 14 individuals who have become citizens of Aotearoa, New Zealand, completing a spiritual journey from Hawaii to Aotearoa. Please give them a round of applause. These new Kiwis add value and diversity to our nation. As we have built our national character and identity, we have been privileged to incorporate many positive characteristics, customs, traits, and talents from Samoa and Polynesia. Indeed, the spirit of Tiriti o Waitangi underpins Aotearoa New Zealand's relationship with these islands, one exemplified by shared culture, lineage, history, experiences, and successes that are threads of a true partnership. This spirit of partnership is the heart of the Aotearoa New Zealand Samoa Treaty of Friendship, dating from 1962, as complemented by the Statement of Partnership signed in February 2019. Collectively, they represent a sacred compact between our two nations and peoples. Living up to the promises of a sacred compact is never easy, however. We are, after all, only human, with human frailties. It takes real wisdom, courage, true faith, and trust to build enduring partnerships and find a path through difficult issues. This goal is embodied in an ancient Maori chant, Tuia Tamuka Tangata Ki Uta, weaving people together for a shared future. The COVID challenges of the past 12 months have highlighted to me, and I hope to you all, the enduring nature of our sacred compact. COVID turned our worlds upside down and inside out. But in this period of adversity and disruption, our partnership has, I believe, been stronger than ever. This in large part has been driven by a realization that we are all in the same waka together, he waka eke mo. And we are all from the same Pacific family, o Lafongava'a e Tasi. As we have worked together to subdue COVID, we have celebrated what really binds us together. In the past year, we have witnessed high-level reciprocal visits by our respective Prime Ministers and a state visit by our Governor-General to Samoa. These visits have formed part of celebrations marking the 60th anniversary of the Treaty of Friendship and 6 decades of bilateral diplomatic relations, conducted under the fitting theme of Uo Mamai, or lifelong friends. We have also been privileged to participate in ongoing events marking the 60th anniversary of independence of the independent state of Samoa, joining with you to rejoice, remember, and sail with faith. That is not to say we always have gotten our partnership right over the past 6 decades or the past year. We have had our shared moments. Some of them have been painful, as we know. Others have been lost in translation. Even family members within whanau and ainga cannot always see eye to eye and may disagree from time to time. The important point is that we own up to our mistakes and we learn from them while maintaining dignity, trust and respect, standing and moving forward together. We also have to acknowledge that our respective societies are not standing still, but are evolving and maturing, increasingly influenced by external factors, including globalization, the internet, and social media. we face changing demographics and changes in social attitudes, especially amongst our youth. Our shared blue Pacific continent is also changing and facing new challenges and existential threats, including from climate change. Our partnership has to adapt and evolve in parallel. We also need to continue to find collaborative and creative ways to cooperate, to reprioritize our activities, and to support each other going forward, not just as lifelong friends, but also as equals with shared values of Te Momoana Nui o Kiwa. Tusitala Robert Louis Stevenson famously wrote, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." The seeds planted in our sacred compact between Samoa and Aotearoa, New Zealand, carefully nurtured over these past 6 decades, gives me confidence our partnership will not only endure, but it will prosper and blossom. On that upbeat note, I would now like to propose a toast to commemorate Waitangi Day 2023 and the enduring partnership between Aotearoa, New Zealand and Samoa. So please be upstanding and join me in raising your glasses. To His Highness, the Head of State, and to the Government and people of the independent state of Samoa, may the partnership between our two nations continue to prosper, our friendship endure, and our respect never diminish. Nō reira, kia ora, kia kaha, kia manuia, hui hui, tātou katoa, manuia sofua. Please be seated. As it is Maori tradition to end a speech with a waiata hinaki, the combined staff of the High Commission in Immigration New Zealand will now sing a special waiata, Hei Kone Rā. Please come forward. You can come along the sides. Those sides. Maybe down this way too. The Pātea Maori Club from Taranaki, featuring Dalvien Vanius and the New Zealand-born Samoan group the Yandel Sisters, released this memorial tune in 1984 after the closure of the abattoir, which led to an exodus of residents to find work elsewhere. It is a song of farewell, but also a song of hope and faith that those leaving do so temporarily until they return and we meet again.